Hey guys, thanks for clicking on the video. It's January 1st, and as part of 2019, I'm going to be taking on the 52 Hike Challenge. So I'm going to be heading out to 52 different trails this year, mostly doing trail running, but you know, some scrambling and hiking depending on how difficult it is. And to start it all off, it's January 1st, and I'm here at Goshen Pond, just doing a quick overnighter, and then gonna head out in the morning. We'll have some breakfast, then head out in the morning, hit some trails around here. This is, I'm in New Jersey at the Pine Barrens, so home of the Jersey Devil. I'm here with my dog Vans. Come here, Vans. Come here, bud. This is his first camping trip, first night out. So we're gonna see how that goes. So just a real simple overnighter. We're gonna be car camping directly out of the car, nothing crazy, just to see how he does, and really just to kind of kick off the year. So normally this is the tarp that I use with my hammock setup. So it's got a bunch of tie downs and Persic knots for adjusting it. Today I'm just gonna lay it over. Maybe I'll use the rail here on the car as what would be the ridge line on the hammock, which would be the center of the hammock. So I'll probably set it up there and have it run out this way. But I am gonna tarp it over the car just to give us a little bit more privacy, maybe through the windows while we're sleeping. That's my game plan anyway. Let's see what actually happens. Okay, so I think I've got a general setup for this thing. What I've done here is ran the tarp around the back of the car. I've staked down these sides. They're really loose at the moment because I'm gonna pull it taut. I want it to get a little bit more on the other side, but I do have these Persic knots built into it here that will slide up or down, you know, so I can adjust the tension of it to make sure that those are nice and taut. I've got the one end tied off there. The other end staked off down here. So if this makes sense, so this is essentially the center of the tarp, and this is where you would tie off from one tree to the next. And so what I'm going to do now is I have some telescopic poles. And I'm going to run my telescopic poles to prop this up. See that? Can you guys see that? There we go. And then there's the little, well, there should be somewhere. There's a little pop out nub beneath. Okay. So, come on, focus. So there's the little nubbiny guy, right? And so you click that into, there we go, into whatever one you need. So as high as you want it. I think we'll come down one. Okay, we'll come down two. Let's see how that looks. I keep looking over there because that's the next campsite right over there, and I just don't want to be surprised if a person or a dog starts to head this way. Not that Vans would do anything, he's a very friendly dog, but just, you know, to make sure that he behaves himself. Alright, so we'll start it like about there. And you just run your tie out. Kind of a 45. tarp. Pull number 2. Okay guys, final project. So as you can see, I've tarped the pole. I did. So I've got the pole going in through one side of the tarp, runs down to the ground, and then you take your tie out, you pull that off at an angle, basically the exact opposite angle that the tarp is going to be pulling from, to make sure you're getting enough resistance, and that's going to keep the pole more than rigid enough. So now, okay, so final setup. Now this is the first time I've ever done this using a car, using one of my tarps with the car. Hi, bud. Hello. Hi. This is the first time I've ever done this, so I think it worked out pretty well. So the idea being that a lot of the car, you can see, if you can see through the windows there, guys, I don't know if you can, is covered, so we get a little bit more privacy while we're out here. This isn't exactly in the middle of the wilderness. There are other people around, maybe not so much today, but in general there would be. And then of course we've got this nice little porch area here that will keep the tubs and anything out of the rain. Since we'll be sleeping on the inside of here, the room is premium, so there's not supposed to rain tonight, but just in case it does, this will stay fairly dry. I mean, it would have to pour directly on top of it for it to even have a chance to get inside of these things, but this just makes sure that in that event it won't happen. Alright, so we got the tarp set up around the outside of it. Now, the bed, there's really not much else to do here. What I'm using is a oversized air mattress. I got this one on sale because nobody wanted something this big and this bulky and heavy. I mean, I assume that's why they weren't really selling really well. They were on sale, and it's perfect for car camping. Fits inside of pretty much any station wagon. It'll fit in between the wheel wells. So this is a good one. It's a Jetstream foam Big Agnes Gigantor. So we keep this over top of that like that. I've got some other stuff here. I pick up every once in a while. I'll find a really good deal at something at the REI garage sales. Like this little Sea to Summit pillow. It was probably like $4. I'm like, of course, why not? Of course I need a pillow. I need an inflatable Sea to Summit pillow. Doesn't everybody? Ta-da! Oh yeah. Why not, right? So we'll throw that in there. Blow up the pad. Now that was riveting footage. Now it's a ridiculously warm 55. It was 60 at one point today. Very warm here for South Jersey on New Year's Day. But it poured yesterday, so some warm front came through. Luckily everything's pretty dry. I mean, more dry than I was expecting it to be, having rained all last night. So the temperature is going to drop down, possibly below freezing. Van's here. Come here. I think they got a pup. Possibly below freezing, so it's car camping. So I brought multiple sleeping bags because why not? Also brought Van's sleeping bag. We've been testing it out at the house, trying to get him comfortable using it, but we'll see how it actually goes tonight. As you see, I got a fire going. Got Van's down here. He's relaxing after his run. It's a little sketchy for him. He's a little uncomfortable. Like I said, this is his first night out. I don't think he really understands exactly what's going on. But he's been really good. After we set everything up here, we went out for a little run. Did about 3 miles. He loved it. He adapted to the trails really well, just darting here and there and maneuvering through everything, you know, not missing a step. There've been a couple people here through here with dogs. Vans was good with them. Listened on the runs. Overall, really happy with it. He seems to be pretty comfortable. He's pretty good. This is smoking my eyes. So still obviously very new to the vlogging, very self-conscious about it. So as you can see, I was a lot of video footage while I was getting the car all set up, and then nothing. Well, that's just because, you know, a lot of people started showing up and driving by and stuff like that, and I felt awkward with the camera. I'm sure that's something I'll get used to eventually, but yeah, I kind of put it away there for a while, and of course everything's calmed down now. That is a coal in a checklist. Get up. Get up. I'll pull these back here a little bit. Van's already had his dog food. He would like some more. When's your butt? Alright guys, well that's it. I've hunkered down for the night. Gonna let the fire burn out. I have made my way into the car here. Vans has been testing out the sleeping arrangements for a little while now. I've got several sleeping bags of different R ratings. R ratings? Temperature ratings. Just basically gonna just keep piling them on until I'm comfortable or hot, and then I can just take them off. Maybe in the morning I'll go over what actually worked when I find out what the temperature was, etc. Van seems to be good. He's got his sleeping bag in here as well. I don't know if you guys can see that. If he seems to be getting chilly, we can definitely get him inside of that. I don't know how well you guys can see in here too. Also, I've got these sweet LED lights. I got these on like Amazon. They weren't very expensive. And I've got a battery pack, a USB battery pack running them, and I've been real happy with how that's been working. They've been on for like 4 or 5 hours now, and the indicator isn't showing any difference at all. So you should definitely be able to run these all night on a decent size, like a 10,000 milliamp battery pack. But yeah, I'll turn them off eventually. But I think that's it. I'm gonna leave the door open here, enjoy the fire. I think you guys can see that. Let that die down. Then once that's died down, I will officially hit the hay. Smother out the coals, etc., etc. Safety first. Make sure that fire is completely out before I go to sleep. Yeah, that's about it. Tomorrow morning, I'm having some issues with my Achilles on my left foot ankle. So definitely running tomorrow. Maybe only getting in like a mile. Hopefully being able to do at least a good 5 with Vance here. He really enjoyed the run today. So yeah. Get some sleep, get up in the morning, make some breakfast, hit the trails, then pack it up and head home. Alright guys, I'll talk to you in the morning. Good morning guys. It's a little after 7. As you can see, both Vans and I are up. Just pulled off all of my sleeping bags there and threw them around the dog. He was pretty restless last night, so he kept getting up and smelling stuff and barking into the woods. Not barking, but you know, the woof into the woods, right? Right? So he kept getting out from underneath of all of his warm. So I'm just making sure he's nice and snuggly and warm now. Got him covered in all of the sleeping bags. It is cold, so I'm definitely gonna get up. We'll make some coffee, maybe start the fire back up. We'll do some kind of breakfast, and then we'll decide whether or not we're gonna go out for another run this morning. It's just, like I said, it's just real cold. Might just pack up and head out, since we did get in a good run yesterday. What do you think, Vance? What do you think? Okay. All right. Yeah. No, did want to show this to you guys. So last night I realized, after we went to go to bed, that a back dome light was on. I don't know if you guys can see that. And all the other dome lights in here you can turn off. There's a switch for all of them except for that one. There was no way to turn it off, so I literally unplugged it. Going in the focus there. Yeah. So I just unplugged the entire light out of it. Luckily it came out really easily, and just tried starting the car up again this morning, just to make sure, and everything worked fine. Car started right up, so didn't drain the battery, so we're good to go. Yeah, first thing, coffee. So I'm gonna pull out the Jet Oil. I've got coffee I made yesterday. It's in a hydro flask, one of those vacuum sealed flasks, but I don't think it's gonna still be warm. So we'll pop open the Jet Oil and we'll get that heated up. Step 1. Oh no, my button. Oh no, the button on it. You see that? It's going in too far. Okay, not a problem. The button doesn't work, but it does sound like gas is coming out of here, so all I'm going to do is turn it on and just light it from the top of the match. Let's give that a go. Boom, Bob's your uncle. So here's the coffee. Cold. Not freezing, but definitely cold. Go ahead. Alright, I did bring a little bit of Christmas ham here for Van. Feeling warm enough, so I think we will stick around, at least try to get a fire started, and make sure he has a nice breakfast. Definitely want him to associate the camping with good thoughts. So here's another little overview of what I've got going on here as far as a kitchen setup, right? So underneath of our tarp that I put up yesterday, sitting here with my chair, and then I've got inside of here a few of these bad tubs. I got these from Home Depot. Nice and durable. They've got those holes in there so you can lock them and or zip tie them or whatever if you wanted to. They stack on top of each other, but I was really disappointed that the smaller ones won't stack. You know, I was thinking like 2 on top of a larger one. Does not work that way. But the way I have it set up this time is I brought 4 of them. These 2 larger ones, so one of them had all of the sleeping bags, the chairs, the tarps, all the camping furniture. The other one had all the other camping miscellaneous, so cooking stuff, you know, the Coleman was in there, just everything else that we would need for camping. And then one of these each for Vans and I. So his had his sleeping bag, it had toys, leashes, his coat, that kind of thing. And then mine mostly was running gear, extra socks, you know, jackets, blah 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 blah. And then that is my cooler, and that had the food, etc. in it. We come over here. So for the outside bed, this is an evergreen. It's just a nice little tarp thing that they had at REI. They were on super sale, so I grabbed that. So that's just a tarp folded over a couple of times with a Thermarest Z-Lite pad underneath of it to insulate it from the ground. And his rough wear chew toy. And so I was just put that kind of over by the fire. Thing I would probably do next time is use a wool blanket of some kind. Something maybe a little bit warmer. So I'll have a couple of options. In the summer that probably would work really well. It'll stay nice and cool for him. But in the winter, probably get some kind of just like army surplus wool blanket that'll fold up over top of that. The other little piece, I've had this forever. I usually end up getting my stuff not out of necessity, but when it goes on sale, and then I get lucky enough to be able to use them. So this is the Eastern Mountain Sports. It's like a little side table or a footrest. It's got underneath of here a spot for drinks. But yeah, I put my feet up on this last night. That worked out really well. And that's about it. Van's all snuggled up. He's a good boy. Alright, so I'm going to try to get this fire started again. I'm going to need to find some more kindling. I have some fire starters I didn't show you guys. They work really well, especially when you're ill-prepared like I am with enough supplies to start a fire. So, yeah, next step, let's get this fire going. Always, never swing with your hand on the piece that you're doing it. So don't try to sit here and whack down on this knife here with your hand here. Right? I'm just simply laying it on top to keep it balanced there. Got a piece of wood underneath of me. Otherwise I would just be hammering this piece of wood into the ground. So just to rest it up there. Whack it with the stick. Goes right down. You could even twist when you get down low enough. Pops it right off. put this on as well. Alright, so we'll give this a try along with fire starters I was talking about. Next thing I'm going to show you guys is my fire starters, my little cheater logs here. So you can get that in focus. There you go. So as you can guess, this is a toilet paper roll. So hold on to your toilet paper rolls, hold on to your dryer lint. And so it's dryer lint stuffed inside of the toilet paper roll, and then some candle wax dripped on the outside of it. Holds it all together, and of course that burns well as well. So this will be great. You get this lit, this is going to stay lit for a while. Gives you a chance to dry out maybe your kindling, as well as just getting things started when you're not amazing at making fires like me. As in, I am not amazing at making fires. Right. Alright. A little more grass. When in doubt, so look at that. Oi. So I can't really use that one, so I won't be able to hold it once it's on fire. Lit. Now ideally we would have some sticks, some twigs to go over top of this. Like I said, everything here is wet. So we're gonna go with this. We're gonna cross our fingers. Get this to catch. Should be good. I'm not expecting really these to catch on fire yet, but like I said, they're probably a little damp. So at the very least, while this middle is burning and this dry wood is, creating coals, this will get, you can see, some of that's not smoke, some of that's steam. Hopefully that'll help dry that wood out. And that's it. That is the last of the wood. Alright, so game plan step 1 for Vans is gonna take the ham and I'll warm that up just a little bit. Then I'll add some water to the pot, which will warm up the water. Then I'll add in his dog food, kind of mix it all up, have a nice warm stew. Ideally, I would be doing this over coals. So, the part where the handle is. Here. Now, of course, the ham is already fully cooked, so I just need to heat it up. Definitely plenty hot. But we got his dog food, we got some ham and some water, and I figured this way, you know, he'll get enough to drink and everything like that too, and it's nice and warm. It'll help make sure he's nice and warm after last night. Right? Ooh, yeah, that's plenty warm. All right, let's get his. Other side was soaking wet from the dew, but that's pretty good. So just flipped over the tarp. Warm. Got his food right here next to him. I'm gonna wait for that to cool down a little bit, and then we'll call His Royal Highness out from his bed chambers there. See if we can get him to eat a little. And I don't know, I'm thinking we might still go for a run. I'm pretty warm. I'll get some food in me and we'll go from there. My head's always cut out. And now you can't see the dog food and some of that, right? Where is the tripod? I actually can't find it. That's a little better. You can tell that if his food is still too hot. See that in the shot, guys. Can't tell if his food is still too hot or just my fingertips are cold. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. How is that? Is it too warm? Too hot? I mean, it's pretty good. Grab it. Get it. Yeah, how's that? Come on up here. Come up on here. Get your paws off. Yeah. Good boy. How's that, bud? Is that good? Yeah. Get a little water in him. Be nice and warm. Help warm him up. That's my good boy. After your rough sleep last night, huh? Get some nice food in you. Alright, time for me to have some breakfast. Got my coffee. You guys like my hat? Huh? Nice, right? Looking good, Ryan. Looking good. But I'm warm. That's what's important. If I were king of the forest. This guy. Alright, oatmeal. We're not going to use the dog side of them. Oatmeal. Water. I'm actually going to kick some of these. Get my food out of the way. I'm going to kick some of these logs off of here. Save them. Down to the coals. Oh, God, that's hot. Smoke it, smoke it, smoke it, smoke it. You comfortable? Alright, so for breakfast, did some oatmeal over the fire. Once I burnt that to the correct charredness, added in some of my mom's canned peaches. I have a little bit of the juice, some of the peaches in there. Ooh, buddy. That's good eating. I don't know if you guys can see this. So the coals are ridiculously hot. My knee is on fire over here. That's my poking stick. So once I got it hot enough for the coals for cooking, I kicked off a bunch of the pieces. Right, because there's no reason to burn those. You got nice coals down there. That's what you want to cook on. You want to set your food on coals to cook. You want to set your food on the coals to cook. So I kicked a bunch of the pieces off, and once I got the cooking done, threw a couple more pieces on, and that'll give me the actual flames. And that's what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to slowly pop. I'm going to slowly pop each one of these pieces here back on. Finish off the fire. While the fire's going, I'll probably clean up, pack up for the most part, and then we'll go for our run. And that way when we get back and we're still warm and all sweaty before we get cold, hop in the car, turn on the heat, head home. Right, Vance? I'm a little concerned. He didn't get up in the middle of the night to go pee, as far as I know. Hasn't peed this morning yet. I think he would rather just sit in there and hold it. What a couch potato. When I know you're not supposed to use metal with non-stick, it was an oversight. It's all I brought. I'm being careful. It's gonna warm up my peaches a little bit. Alright guys, well, I'm gonna wrap it up here. My battery indicator light is blinking. When we go out on the trail, I'll grab some shots with my phone for that. But I just want to thank everybody for sticking around, for watching this video. I'm going to be doing these weekly, so once a week, getting out onto the trails, out camping, And the idea is first to hold myself accountable, to make sure I'm getting out there, but also maybe to inspire others. I'm somebody who lives in the suburbs of New Jersey, not exactly what you think of when you think of wilderness. But of course my social media accounts are just full of amazing people doing awesome things outdoors, and instead of sitting on the couch looking through them and being inspired on my butt, I'm getting off of it in 2019 and getting out there. I'm doing the 52 hike challenge, so at the very least you'll be seeing 52 different trails this year that I'll be getting out on. So headed out here to Goshen Pond, doing some trails in the Pine Barrens, New Jersey Pine Barrens. So that's one down out of the 52. So yeah, thanks again. Please, if you like this video, hit the like button, add a comment, subscribe. All these things help get the word out there, help get more views on these videos. Because that's it. I mean, you know, I go through the trouble. I'm going to make these videos and hopefully it's inspiring people, but I won't know unless you let me know. And let me know if I'm doing something wrong, something that was annoying, or something you'd like to say. All right? All right. Well, we're out for our run. We're just doing the same general place we did before. Out here, Goshen's Pond. It's in there. It gets bigger off in that direction there. Yeah, just a quick run, warm up before we head home. This was great. Definitely want to do this again. Can't do it for the 52 hike challenge, but there are other areas here at Warden State Park we could definitely do, and we will. Oh, that was a big bear. Leave it. I'm just kidding, I know it's a horse. Yeah, look at the camera. Here. Boy, go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Yeah.